Both major candidates, like the ones that are like most definitely going to be the primaries, they are getting allegations thrown at them. Everyone on the left is saying Trump's committing crimes. Everyone on the right is saying Biden's committing crimes. That makes it sound like I don't agree. I agree with one of them. To an outsider who's not into politics, you go, oh, great, so both candidates are committing crimes. No. And it's gonna sound like I'm taking this from Eris, because Eris told me this recently. I promise you I'm not stealing this from them. I just also came to this realization on my own. They are trying so hard to find dirt on Biden, but Biden is so boring that they can't find anything. Most people have dirt on them, right? Especially presidents, especially people in that position of power, but they just can't find anything on Biden. And it's so funny. It's so funny. They're going after his son. It's that bad. It's hilarious. The more stuff that comes out about the Hunter thing, the more obvious it is. Like, wow, this is nothing. There's nothing happening here, and it's pretty funny. The transcript of the Hunter Biden testimony was released, and wouldn't you know it? Nothing's really happening.
And the transcript of the congressional deposition of Hunter Biden has been released.
I do want to remind, by the way, that Hunter Biden so many times was like, hey, we should do this publicly. And the Republicans were like, no. No, we're not. Because they know that he looks stupid.
Republicans are fixated on phone calls that Hunter Biden took from his father while he was at various meetings. And Hunter Biden told the panel there's nothing nefarious. It was just a family practice that when the family calls, he answers.
Yo, guys, can you believe that Hunter Biden talks to his dad? That's a little suspicious. I don't know about that. Like, I'm not trying to pull, like, a Trump argument where people are like, insurrection. It's just a group of people meeting up. Him trying to convince them to steal votes. It was just the perfect phone call. I'm not trying to do that. He literally just answered the phone, and Republicans were like, whoa. They called each other? I don't know about that. My dad has never called me, personally, ever. It's hard to do, like, a lot of coverage of this specifically. Like, it'll be very easy to do a lot of coverage on Trump. I've done it before. I can do it again. But with Hunter Biden, it's just like, whoa, the Republicans lied. And, it's just a guy who has a drug problem. There's just nothing. There's so much nothing here.
That the former prime minister speaks to is the brazenness with which Trump, he was talking in that interview about his disdain for Angela Merkel and his infatuation and admiration and affection. He called it creepy, the way he acted around Putin. Let me show you how that, the natural extension of that is that all this behavior and all this conduct, the mishandling of classified documents, happened on tape in an interview.
Because the biggest argument with Republicans is Biden had more. Biden had more files. Biden had more. There's a difference. They went up to Biden and they were like, hand over the files. We're going to need those. And Biden was like, here they are. While Trump was like, nah, bro, I declassified them, bro. They're fine. They're mine. It's okay. It's fine. Just go away. It'll be okay. They're like, no, it's not. You need to give them to us. With some struggling, he was finally like, okay, here's all of them. And then he gave not all of them, and he lied and gave half of them. One of the biggest crimes you can commit, and it's not like written, but it is insinuated, not following the police officer's orders, the government's orders. That is one of the worst things you can do in the eyes of our government. Not listen to them. That's why they care so much. That is the difference between both of them.
He said that I wanted to attack Iran. This is off the record, but they presented me this. This was him. This was the Defense Department and him. Wow. We looked at him. This was him. This wasn't done by me. This was him. All sorts of stuff. It's pages long. Look. Wait a minute. Let's see here. These are the papers. This was done by the military, given to me. I think we can probably get it.
I don't know. We'll have to see. Yeah, we'll have to try to figure out
See, as president, I could have declassified it. Now I can't, but this is classified.
Oh my god, dude. See, as president, I could have declassified it. Now I can't, but this is classified. What is it? So you should have a go-ahead because you were president once?
We're getting our very first look at the transcript of Hunter Biden's 6+ hour closed-door deposition before the Republican-led
Dude,
House
I
Oversight.
wish it was Publix. I would have watched the whole thing on stream. I would have if it was public, dude.
All I know is this. My father was never involved in any of my business, ever. Never received a cent from
Like,
anybody.
it's so funny to be, like, doing content off of this. Because it's like, they have no evidence that he did in the first place. Just literally nothing. Nothing. Other than messages they took out of context. I can't even really add anything. It's just right here. It's right here. He's... oh my god. It's just funny. It's just funny that this is happening. They're doing this and then calling the Trump thing a witch hunt. It's pathetic. There is literally so much they could go after Biden for. They could go after, like, him helping poor people. They could call him evil for that. But, like, Israel, the border, like, you can't, which are two things they go after him for a lot. It's like, he's right on those issues. Not right, like he's leaning Republican on those issues. And they're the issues that they go after him the most for. And then they make up this. They make this shit up. Because usually moderates can be swung either way. When Trump is the other guy, it's not going to work that way. Because moderates don't like Trump. But moderates don't really like Biden either. I'd say most moderates prefer Biden, which is why they have to make it out like Biden's some insane criminal who wants immigrants to come in and vaccinate your kids. And he's also funding Hamas or something. It's funny. It's a funny situation. There's so much they could go after him for. But they have to bring new shit up if they want moderates to vote Trump.
I think what happened is the Republicans kept thinking, well, Hunter's just this dope head and he's just stupid and he's nobody. So we're just going to talk to him crazy.
Yeah, that's like one of the worst things about this whole situation is people talk about Hunter like, oh, he's on crack, man. He's coked out of his mind. Like, and he's not running for president. You're just being a piece of shit. He's addicted to crack cocaine. Isn't that so silly? No. That's a problem. And it's sad. There's nothing funny about that, I promise you. It's really gross to me that people look at it and go, oh, look at this. He's on crack cocaine. Like, okay, so is the pillow guy. So was the My Pillow guy, but y'all parade him because he likes Trump. You don't make fun of him for his addiction, of course, because then you'd be an asshole. I'm sorry, this just really stresses me out. It's very personal to me. My family has a history of addiction. So of course I'm going to take this more personal than most of you. Most of y'all might think I'm exaggerating it, like I'm doing it just to make them look worse. It's not that, it's just that this is very personal to me. So yeah, I want to get that out there.
Hunter decided to walk directly up to Nancy Mace, no one else. And he said to her, I hope that you learn that I'm not the person that you think that I am. And she was dismissive and she was rude. But like literally, like this guy is trying to explain to them that like attacking me and y'all are trying to break me. But the reality is that, yes, I've had my struggles, but at the same time, I have been a child who's been engaged in politics since I was 2. The only father that I've known has been a politician. And I think that there was just a lot of really moving points of his testimony to me that came off very, very, very much human.
That's really incredible to hear. What was Nancy Mace's reaction when he said that? I mean, there were no cameras present, so I often wonder about just how much more genuine people's reactions can be in the absence of them. What was her reaction?
She was still Nancy. She was still Nancy.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's no way that she was not. I was gonna say there's absolutely no way that she was like, oh well, I'm so glad you came up to me and said that, and you were genuine. No, of course not.
Don't get twisted. She was still Nancy. He continued to try to like recenter the Republicans and say, you know, you're asking me, like they tried to delve into issues as it relates to his divorce. His divorce has nothing to do with an impeachment whatsoever.
Yeah, that's like really, ew. That's really gross of them.
Absolutely.
That was a good interview. This guy has 17,000 subscribers, and I have, 270 now? All I'm saying.
There is no more dire threat to the American way of life than the corruption and weaponization of our justice system. and it's happening all around us.
Dude, I think it's so funny that he will be like, they're letting criminals get away way too easily. They're letting criminals get away easily. It's awful. While simultaneously saying they're going too hard on me. Criminal justice system, they're actually going too hard on people, and they need to let me off easier. It's like, which is it? Are they letting criminals run rampant, or are they not?
I will appoint U.S. attorneys who will be the polar opposite of the Soros district attorneys and others that are being appointed throughout the United States. Very unfair to our population, very unfair to our country.
Honestly, guys, it's unfair that everyone in there doesn't love him. Very unfair.
They will be the 100...
The government doesn't like you. You're not going to get actual good judges that like you because no good judges like you because all good judges are seeing that you committed crimes, dude. Judges tend to not like criminals, so judges aren't going to like you.
most ferocious legal warriors against crime and communist corruption that this country has ever seen.
It's so annoying when people go after communism because, like, people are still terrified of communism since, like, Civil War era. Bro probably doesn't even know what the word means. If you said define communism, he'd go like, it's the worst thing that could come to America. It's the opposite of freedom.
In addition, we will have a complete investigation into the use of police state tactics by federal authorities to arrest conservatives and Christians. We will find out who ordered it.
There isn't even anything for me to say, because it's just so blatantly stupid. How am I supposed to disprove something when he didn't even give any evidence for it in the first place? Like, all I can say is that's wrong. You don't get arrested for being conservative and... What are you talking about, dude?
And we will hold them totally...
Dude, that doesn't even make any sense, because all the time he's like, now I understand what it's like to be an African American, because I am being discriminated against. But then likewise, he'll say it's actually the white people and the Christians who are being discriminated against. Which is it?
In schools, you take a look at what they've done to our schools, our beautiful schools.
What do you mean what they've done to our beautiful schools? People have made fun of our schools for decades. Our schools, at no point, were considered beautiful by most people.
I will do whatever it takes to save our legal system among the greatest achievements.
Where's the Trump remix of Whatever It Takes?
I will do whatever it takes to save our legal system among the greatest achievements of Western civilization. From the Marxist barbarians who seek to destroy it. We will do that. We will save it. Thank you very much.
Brain rot.